Well, happy Super Bowl Sunday, everyone. I'm DeSoto98, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Gears of War 3 Series 2 Augustus Cole or Cole Train from the new Gears of War 3 figure line from Neca. I want to thank Toys210, a good friend of mine here on YouTube, for actually picking this set up for me because, of course, all my Toys R Us here and my comic shops do not get this figure, or these figures, on time. So, the first figure we're going to be reviewing here is Cole Train. The original Cole Train that came out for the Gears of War 1 line, I actually have, and I liked him very much, I thought. He was a very good figure. And let's take a look at this figure. He paid 15 bucks for this, and includes 30 plus points of articulation, Gears of War 3. Picture of him there, includes one shot. And I thought I would do this since Gears of War 3 is in the running for my Game of the Year award. There's a picture of him here. The new Gears of War 3 look with the headband there. Nice picture of him there holding a one shot. Then on the back, you can read that if you like. Feel free, as he just fell. And then the other figures in the line, let me actually pick him up here. Though he does not stand up well with the one shot. The other figures are Clayton Carmine, Marcus Phoenix, Damon Baird, Anya Stroud, Dominic Santiago, and Cole Train. Alright, so here's the figure. Nice packaging, I think. Pretty much standard Gears of War packaging. So here's the figure. Oops! And it's actually been quite a while since I've done a figure review. Let's actually zoom in here. So there he is. There's him holding the one shot. Now, the one shot, if you've played Gears of War 3, that is not the color of the one shot. The one shot's more like a dark silver. This is a bright silver. It's more, actually, to be completely honest, there's a picture of it right here. That's the type of color it is in the game. So, this is not an accurate color at all. Let's actually get this out of his hand here. It's not that hard to get it in and out of his hand. Here it is. It's got very nice detail. I mean, it's nice looking. And, as you can see, this moves back and forth. Does this move? Guess a little bit, not really. And this moves. So it's got nice moving parts. My number one problem is you can't really let him hold it in any way that he would hold it in the game. So he's kind of just holding it like this with both hands like that, which is not very accurate. But you know, I probably will just give him like a pistol or something to hold, like a Boltok. So put that down. So here's the figure itself, Cole Train. Very nice detail. His armor is pretty much identical to the one he wears in the game. It's got that greenish tint to it. And he's got a canteen there on the left-hand side. And some bullets there in his leg. The green tint all around. Okay, now let's zoom on the face. Oops, focus. The face itself, to me, is just okay. And that's just probably my number one problem with the new Gears of War figures. Dom, I think, is the exception, but I think for this new Gears of War 3 set, I think the face sculpts itself are a tad bit off. And, Cole, I mean, it looks like him. You know it's Cole Train from Gears of War. You know it's him, but I'm just saying it's a little bit off. And you can tell that it's a little bit off. He's got his earrings like he does in the game. You can definitely see it from here. And, you know, his new look. And there's a little, you know, bad paint here. So if we zoom out just a little bit. Okay. Now, if you can see, why is this part of his neck darker than the rest? Did he get burned or something? I don't know. It's like, look. So it's just like little things like that, for me, is why I think the face sculpts of this particular line of Gears of War figures, it makes it a little bit off. Not that I do not like these figures. This series, in my opinion, Series 2 is actually my top 3 probably favorite characters in the Gears of War series. Dom, Cole, and Baird. So I think it's really cool that they did this, this series. But this is probably the best Gears of War figures that they made, so because of the articulation and detail. Though my one problem with these figures is some of their face sculpts are a bit off. Like I said, Dom's the exception. I actually think Dom's the best out of all of these figures. I did review the Marcus and Locust 2-pack a while back, but let's get into the... Let's look at the back of this figure, actually. That's what he looks like on the side. On the back, you can see more excellent detail. I mean, NECA is just fantastic at detail. I mean, they're just outstanding when it comes to detail on action figures. I mean, they just... It looks so... You know, the detail is just outstanding. So, the articulation, his head moves, little, you know, it doesn't move as nice as I want it to, but it does move. It goes up and down a little bit. His arms go up and down, in and out, hinge at the elbow. Actually, he's a double-hinged, almost a double-hinge. His wrist swivels and goes in and out like that. The waist has nice articulation. The legs go up and down, in and out, bends at the knee with a hinge, swivel at the knee, and the feet can go up and down, and there's a pivot right there. So, very nice articulation. And these figures, just so if everyone's wondering, they do still have the pegs on the back, so... Excellent figures, that's all I can say. I mean, they're excellent figures. Let me actually get the other Coltrane. Now this figure, you know, articulation-wise is nothing compared to the other one, the original, and you can see that. If we can get him to stand up here. I mean, you can see there, it's almost like, it's not, you can't even compare the two. Face sculpts, I think I like this one a little bit more than this one, but, you know, as terms of, you know, the characters look more rugged, they look more worn out in Gears of War 3, so... You know, it represents Gears of War 3 very well, and this represents the first two games very well, too. So, I have no problem with the Gears of War 3 figures. It's just, size-wise, they're not... You can't compare them size-wise, because most of the original Gears figures are actually taller than the Gears of War 3 figures. So, yeah, and that's probably my number one... I think that's their number one fault, is that... The original figures are taller than the Gears of War 3 figures, and it kind of hurts if you've been collecting them as long as I have. I mean, look, I'm just going to turn here and show you. Those are a lot of Gears of War 3, Gears of War figures, and it kind of, you know, it kind of sucks that, you know, I have all those Locusts, and they're kind of, like, bigger than these guys, which I do think the Locusts are supposed to be a little taller than the average cog, but... I don't know, I think the face sculpts could be a little bit more improved, and that's the only thing I can say. I'm not going to, you know, fault the height of the figures, because it's supposed to be Gears of War 3, I understand that. I just hope that they release some Locusts soon. Definitely release some Lambets. I know they did that one Comic-Con exclusive Lambet that I actually never picked up. But I hope they do re-release a Lambet with, you know, looking more like the Gears of War 3 style of Lambet. I hope they release some Locusts from Gears of War 3, such as the Savage Grenadier. I know they did announce the Savage Theron, I believe they announced. Is there a Savage Theron? You know, the new Theron from Gears of War 3. Sorry, I haven't played the game the way I used to when I first came out in a while, but I do plan to jump back in and record some multiplayer for you guys. And that's my review of Coltrane. If I had to rate him on a scale of 1 through 10, I would have to rate him a 7.75 out of 10. It's just that face sculpt, I think, could have been better. That one little detail on his neck bugs me. But other than that, it's a great figure. And if you... Let me actually compare the face sculpts, like, next to each other. Just to kind of show you guys. It's going to be hard here, but you can probably hear a car outside. So there you go. Those are the face sculpts compared. I like this one a little bit better. It looks a little bit more accurate. But this one's, you know, a nice Gears of War 3 Cole. And I think they did a good job on him. So, and of course, another reason why it's not a higher rating than an 8.75. Granted, I rate action figures a little higher than video games. So, is because that one shot is not, the color is not accurate at all to the video game, and I'm stressing that. So, that's my review of the Gears of War 3 Series 2 Augustus Cole, or Coltrane. And thanks for watching. Again, another shout out to Toys210 who picked this figure up for me, along with the Damon Baird and Dominic Santiago. Thanks for watching. Go subscribe to Toys210, and I'll see you guys later. See you guys watching? What the hell? See you guys later.